Hello there, this is Natalie from Natalie's Hoya Haven. I am in my downstairs plant room. It is very rainy out today, so I've got all my plant lights on, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you what I've got down here. So we're going to get started. All right, we'll do a little view of the whole room. Got this over here and this. All right, so first of all, over here, this is a plant, well, it's a baker's rack that I got on Facebook Marketplace. Got a pretty good deal on it. And over here, this is my mother plant of my Ripsalis virgata. Look at how high he goes. So I have taken several cuttings off of this. I have them upstairs under my grow lights, and we'll probably be trading them soon. All right, over here, next to that, I have my Pothos Cebu Blue. This one, now this plant is, I've had a hard time propagating these. What I eventually want is a fuller plant. And as you can see, it's not too full on top. So I keep cutting more off the bottom and replanting onto the top, and it does not go very well. I've also tried water propagation. That also does not work very well. If you have any tricks or tips you'd like to give me on the Pothos Cebu Blue propagations, please let me know. All right, next to that, I have my Golden Pothos, and of which I've taken several cuttings. It would probably be touching the floor if I had not taken any cuttings. So those are what's hanging on the ceiling. Okay, first row on my plant ledge is Hoya Mindorensis UT042. This one I've had problems with. It had mealybugs when I first got it, and it's cleared up now, but it doesn't die, but it doesn't grow. And I don't think it's done anything the whole time I've had it, and I've had it well over a year. So next to that is another one of my Ripsalis. And if you forgive me, I don't think I have the name of this Ripsalis on it. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of investigative work to find out which kind this is. But he grows very well. And the planter I got, again, on Facebook Marketplace. Next to that, I have the Peperomia beetle plant. This one had thrips when I got it. I actually got it on discount. I didn't know it had bugs. And I've heard that thrips are hard to clear up, but I treated it and it cleared up right away. And then it started growing like crazy. So that one does still have some sulfur on it, as you can see. But, all right, next ledge down. This is my string of bananas. And I'll show you how far down. Kind of goes, you can see here, just about hits the ground. And this is one, I had a beautiful plant of this. Please excuse my lighting. Hang on. Oh. I used to have a beautiful plant of this, and it got mealybugs. And so I propagated a few strands, and from those few strands, I now have a whole nother plant. So next to that is my Dracaena Florida Beauty. This is one we got, my husband picked this one out for me, and it's been growing pretty well. It was a very inexpensive plant, but it's fun. Next to that is my lipstick plant. It has not bloomed. It did recently put out this very huge leaf, so, and I have taken a few cuttings from it. It seems to be very happy here. And next to this is my most recent purchase. This is a Decor, and I posted in my last video, I believe the name is like Numeraloides or Numeralis or something like that. But anyways, just got them last week. Haven't had time to find out what his pattern is, but I've heard Decor are pretty easy. I have one other one upstairs, so I think we'll be good with that. Next to that is my Hoya Crimson Queen. And this one doesn't really grow real fast. I have another Crimson Queen upstairs that seems to do a lot better. This one's just kind of slow, but she's pretty. And next one down, we have another Ripsalis. This one is, let's see, Ripsalis Huletiana. And he's grown a little bit since I've had him, but he's not a super fast grower. And behind that, I have kind of a sad looking Hoya australis. And this is one that I took off of another, I had a bigger plant and I ended up separating them because I was having issues with it. And I thought this one would take off, and it kind of hasn't. So I'm just waiting to see what spring will be doing for it. So next to that, I have what I want to say is a Christmas cactus. It may be an Easter or a Thanksgiving, but I think it bloomed at Christmas time, if I remember right. And this one I got just after the holidays, and I got it for $2.50, and it has just taken off like crazy. So yeah, that was a year ago, but it was much, much smaller then. So got some pothos cuttings here that aren't doing so well. This one right here you might have seen in my upstairs plant tour, but this is my Hoya Crimson Princess, one of them. And I had them in this one, so first he got dumped accidentally by my husband, who knocked him over. And so then he went into the grow tent, and in the grow tent, he started burning. So now he's out of the grow tent. So we're going to see how he likes it over here. So he's been having a hard time lately. So behind that is my jade plant, again covered in sulfur. I lied when I said I was going to clean all my plants off. I've been cleaning off a few at a time, but I definitely have not gotten to them all. And next to that is another jungle cactus, and I probably don't have the name on this one, which I don't think I do. Another one I'm going to have to look up. I didn't think it was growing for the longest time, but then I just started realizing it actually is. There's new growth right there. I believe this is new growth right here too. So he's one that kind of sneaks up on the growth there. You don't notice it, and then all of a sudden you see it. Yeah, there's more down here too. So, and then over in the corner here, this is my very, very huge umbrella plant. My mother-in-law bought this for me, and it was a lot smaller. This is probably one of the oldest plants I have here, and I acquired it way before I was really into plants. So, but he just lives in the corner. I got him sitting up on a plant stand. That's, I believe, the biggest container I have to put him in. So, and just another side note, I have these two candlestick holders, and I have a little something I'm going to do out in my living room. My living room does not typically get a lot of good light, but I have a plan of I'm going to do a little plant themed corner. And I'll show you guys what I do when I'm ready to set that up. But it will involve these two plant candlestick stands instead. And I've got a couple other stands I'm going to throw in there too. But anyways, that's for another time. All right, over here. And I will say my husband did make me this plant stand, as well as my ladder over here. So probably going to make another video at some point in time of everything he's made, because he's made a lot of stuff. But anyways, okay, top shelf. This is my Hoya Chelsea. Again, she's covered in sulfur, and I should have cleaned her off, but I did not. Another one that's been a real slow grower. I think I put her in too big of a pot, and that was most of her issue. And but now she's finally starting to grow, and I wouldn't dare move her out of the pot. I've noticed with Hoyas, they don't like to be moved out of their pots. I'm having a very difficult, if a plant is doing good, even though the pot may seem small, at this point in the game, I hesitate very much to up pot it, because Hoyas, they just take a nosedive when you repot them. At least mine have. And most of the time they recover, but it's a scary thing. I've got one go upstairs, my Hoya mini bell right now. It looks horrible. And she was thriving before. So yeah, anyways, next plant here is a pine tree. I want to say it's a Norfolk. I could be wrong. It was given to me as a Christmas gift. And getting a little bit yellow, but other than watering it and putting it here in the window, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do for it. So I have not checked into that, which I probably need to do. Next one over here is my string of pearls. And this one, it was rather big when I bought it. I bought it off a private seller. It started not doing so good on top, and then it started doing good again. So I basically just do what she told me to do, which was bottom water always, once a week, and fill it up twice. And so that's what I've been doing, and it seems to work. So next to that, I have my Hoya retusa. This was another clearance plant that I bought. It was actually in a much bigger pot, and this is all that was left. Finally is starting to take off. I think he likes the terracotta, so we're going to stick with terracotta. But yeah, he's doing good. Next to that, I have my string of hearts, and that is going down. Actually, I've actually like put more on top and pinned it down. It was longer, but I heard that you have to water these frequently, and I'm watering it once a week, and I'm bottom watering, and I fill it up twice. I'm wondering if I need to be watering it more. I seen a video on another site today, and it was a variegated string of hearts, but they were commenting on how thirsty it was, and if you don't give it enough water, that the leaves start getting small. I thought the leaves were getting small because it hung down, but it could be that maybe I would have much bigger leaves if I was watering it more. That's an experiment. I think I'm going to start watering it twice a week and see what it does. Okay, next I have another one of my Crimson Princesses. This one is my favorite one. She's the first one that I bought, and has grown the most since I've had it. So I try not to take cuttings off of this one. I've got others I can cut into, so this one I want to try not to. Back here I have, it's a type of croton. I don't know the exact name, other than it's a croton. And it's the only croton I've been able to keep alive. I've had a couple others and they died. So Next to that, and again, you know, please forgive me for the sulfur dust on them, but this one is my ogre ears. This was another very cheap plant. I want to say I got it on clearance, but has grown a lot since I've had it in my care. So pretty happy. He's happy in the terracotta, water once a week. My next one over here, I'll pull it out for you because he's one of my favorites. This is my fishbone cactus. And not too long ago, I tried up potting him, which he really did not like and showed it right away. And I said, that's not happening. And I put him right back into the pot he was in, and he perked right back up again. So I don't know. I'm not going to mess with him for a while. He's just going to stay there and be happy. So this is another one of my Hoya australis. This went along with the other part I showed you on the other side. And this one is now doing very well. So he's going to be my keeper one for sure. So anyways, next to that, I have Hoya pubicalis, Hawaiian splash. So the Hawaiian splash, when their leaves come in, they come in very purple. You can see that. So it was taking a break, and now it's starting to put out again. So I'm pretty happy about that. And next to that, I have my Hoya Crinkle 8. He's doing wonderful. This plant is a happy plant. No need for a grow tent. He's happy right where he's at. So I have cut into it a couple times, but I'm going to let him go for now. Okay, down in the last here, on the bottom shelf, I have, this is my Philodendron Golden Goddess. And my philodendron, like, I've killed so many philodendrons, it's not even funny. So I'm really hesitant to buy another one. But this one was a clearance plant, and this is the only one I feel like I've been doing good with. So I think I'm down to just 2 philodendrons. I have one upstairs, and I have this one. And the one upstairs was dying. I'm trying to rehab it. And then this one's just beautiful. Next to that, I have an Aglaonema. And just starting to put out new leaves again. So this one's doing pretty good. Pretty good. Looks like I'm going to have to be cleaning some sulfur out of here. Over here, I have a cactus. I don't know anything other than that. Other than he's probably not going to be around here much longer because there's nothing wrong with him. He just doesn't really bring me joy. So I might have to find a new home for him. Okay, and then in the front here, I have my Raven ZZ, which again was another clearance plant. And I actually divided it. I have part of it at work that does very well. You don't need a lot of light for these plants. They thrive on neglect. Don't need a lot of light, don't need a lot of water. But anyways, that was another clearance plant. So I guess when I'm spending money on plants, I'm either buying clearance or I'm buying super expensive Hoyas. There's like no in between. Anyways, here's a couple I got on the ground here. This one is my Monstera deliciosa. Oh, does have a yellow leaf there, but he has been putting out new on top, so I think he's doing just fine. And we got another leaf here that's going to be opening up soon. So, and then behind that I have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and kind of struggled for a little while. He's got some leaves down there that kind of don't look the greatest, but all of a sudden he started doing all this, where he's like running along the wall and running up this way. So these plants may be incorporated into the idea I have for my living room, especially the Rhaphidophora. I've got some stuff that I may end up putting him up to the wall and let him climb up the wall. So I'm still thinking that through. I will certainly let you guys know what I end up doing and what it looks like. But we're not there yet. So, all right, over here, I guess we'll start with the ones on top first, and then we'll go down below. So first one here is my Hoya gracilis, also known as Hoya memoria. Oh. I apologize for the lighting in here. I really wanted to do it on a sunny day, but today was the day. So anyways, this one grows fantastic. Very easy Hoya. Behind that, I have my Hoya caudata sumatra. He's another one that puts out purple leaves, and then they eventually turn to dark green. And I have to show on this side. Look at that leaf. Can you believe it? That's like the biggest one it's put out. This one's done great. So there we go. Okay, over here. Oh, the lighting is not going to agree with me, and I apologize for that. So over here, I have my Hoya linearis. This is another one that I would like to fill out the top more, but right now we're going to just concentrate on getting some of these stems to grow. Behind that, oh, hang on. Behind that, I have my Hoya sigillatus. Let's see if I can pull it out. And he has not bloomed for me. However, he does have a peduncle. Gosh, I wish I could get some good. Hang on. Let's see if I can. Anyways, there's the peduncle. Not focusing like I want it to, but some people have difficulty with this plant. I have not. He seems to be happy right over here. That's where we leave him. Back behind there, we have my Hoya croniana. And this one is a happy plant. This one is going to be blooming again. This one bloomed so much last year. It was my most prolific bloomer. So anyways, yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Oh. Over here, I have my Hoya lacunosa. And I think he has a peduncle too. Yep, right here. Right here he's got a peduncle. So I look forward to him blooming. Up here I have my Hoya curtisii. This is the one I will not cut. I have one upstairs that I do cut into. And, oh, I have a little bird. My mother-in-law bought a couple of these bird decorations, and I thought they'd look cute in here. So she got that and that. I guess I think I'm going to have to find another way to do that, though. So anyways, over here, I have my Hoya wyetii. This was a Walmart find, if you can believe that. And again, it's never bloomed for me, but I do have a peduncle this year. I keep seeing peduncles this year that were not there last year, so very excited for a lot of things to be blooming. And you know what? I just noticed that my lacunosa also has this, and it looks like it may actually bloom from there. So he's got two peduncles. All right, down here, I have my Hoya decursiva. And this was just a little 2-leaf plant when I got it. After that, it put out this huge leaf. And now it's doing this. It had a little setback for a little while, and now it's like he's okay now because he's taken off again. Behind that, I have my Hoya Baltic Blue. I'm sorry, my Pothos Baltic Blue. And I have some plans for this one. I'm going to end up putting it on a bigger pole. I'd like to see the leaves get bigger. I'd like to see the fenestration. And I mean, it's not been too hard of a plant. I just need to take the time to set it up the way I want to. So more to come on him. Then I've got some orchids. Some of these were given to me, like the one in the back here was actually thrown in the garbage by somebody at work, and a coworker of mine knew how much I liked plants and dug it out of the garbage and brought it to me. So, and he actually had he's got another stem starting there. You can see right there. So he's going to be blooming. And then this one is another one I had. And mind you, orchids are usually something, if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it on clearance. I think all of these were bought on clearance. So nothing super special. So, and then back behind there, this is my special one. This is my dinner plate Hoya latifolia dinner plate. And I will pull him out so you can get a better look. Anyways, look at that leaf. This one was pretty special when I found it. It was not one I was expecting to see. We went to a greenhouse up in Michigan, and they had some rare Hoyas. And it's only put out one leaf since we've had it. It's this one right here. And that leaf, he's kind of not like the rest. The rest of them have the tipped ends. And then this one was more rounded, but yet I don't know, he just didn't grow quite right, but he's pretty big. I'm happy. I'm happy that it put out a leaf in my care, so hopefully we'll get another one soon. Okay, over here we have another Dracaena, and I forget what they call this, but it's like the corkscrew kind. And again, this is one I've had when I first started getting into plants. And I think I only paid like $4 or $5 for them. But a lot of the plants I got in the beginning, I ended up either killing or giving away or trading for something else. But now there's a few that I've kept all along, and this is one of them. It's super easy. I don't do anything to it. So, and he's pretty. Then over here, I got the burro's tail. Which I swear to God, I'm never going to move it again, because every time I move it, it drops leaves, or if that's what you want to call them. But anyways, I got a lot of extras thrown in there because they will start growing. If you drop some off and you throw them into the soil, they will take off and start growing again. So maybe eventually I'll have a full plant on top. And back behind here is another one of my Hoya Macrophylla elbow marginata, which is now called Hoya latifolia elbow marginata. I still call it Macrophylla. This is like my favorite leaf. So this is one of the ones that was doing great until I up-potted it, and then it took a downturn. So I'm just kind of leaving it alone. I am watering it once a week. I'm hoping it'll turn itself around. Most of the leaves are pointing up, so I think it's doing okay, but we get a couple that are like flappy like this. I'm afraid to do anything else with it besides water it. So right now he's just going to stay there. Okay, then we have this over here. I guess we'll start up at the top is my ponytail palm. I really like it up here. I feel like the more I move it around, I end up bending the stems, and I hate doing that. So I'm going to keep them up here, and I'm just going to bottom water them all the time. And that has worked out tremendously well. This is a much, much bigger plant than when I first got it. It was a little guy. So then next one down. This is the Christmas cactus I had before I bought the one on clearance. And you can see this one, and I've had this one longer. It just doesn't even compare with my other one I have over there, but we still keep them around. Then over here, I had two spider plants that were huge. I had a striped one and then the plain green one. And they were so finicky, and I just got tired of how much, every time I'd brush past them, they'd drop babies and stuff, and I just kind of got tired of it. So I ended up getting rid of them, and I kept one baby off of each one. So this is one of my babies, and then my baby has a baby. And then my striped one, I think I already showed upstairs in my first tour. So over here we have a small bamboo plant. This was a much larger plant. It was actually my mother's plant that I had bought her the last Mother's Day before she passed away. And it was a big, beautiful plant when I got it. Much better than this, but I made the mistake of putting it outside and pretty much killed most of it except this little bit right here. And because it was my mom's, it's a little bit more sentimental, so I'm trying to keep it alive, but yeah, not doing the greatest. Then back here is Hoya carnosa, of which I have several upstairs. This, I want to say, is probably the biggest mother plant I have. Again, this is one of those that was doing absolutely wonderful until I tried to up pot it, and then it got angry. And this one did recover this portion of it, so we're going to be going from here and seeing what we can do. But I'm hesitant to ever up pot. I'll have to eventually, but I'm very hesitant. So then down here, I have a Hoya. It was sold to me as a pubic calyx. That's not splash, that's sulfur, just so you know. Kind of waiting to see, if it ever blooms. Maybe I'll have a better description of what it is, but for right now, we're just going to call it Hoya pubic calyx. And then the last one over here, this was my Pothos Frankenstein. It actually had 3 different kinds of pothos in it. It had golden pothos, and it had the enjoy, and then it also had the neon pothos. Well, the neon started dying and I had to take it out. So this is all I have left. So hello, I'm back. It's now a couple hours later. As you can see, it's dark out. My plant lights are off, and whatever I did to the ending, I must have somehow accidentally deleted it. But if you made it to the end, I want to thank you for watching and looking at my plants with me, and I will see you on the next video. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.